CTNA's Chandra Srikanth caught up with Vice Chairman of Cognizant, Lakshmi Narayanan, who talked about Barack Obama's proposed offshore tax, as well as the outlook for the IT sector and expectations from the budget this time.
The 12 to 14% growth that has been projected, that's a good projection. Last year also, it's estimated that the industry would grow, particularly the export part of it, by about over 10%, which again is good considering the overall global economic situation and the challenges that we had during the initial part of that. So considering the performance of the industry last year and the slightly improved guidance from the industry this year, I'm quite happy about the performance of the industry. And I do think that from where we have announced, there'll be some positives as we go through the rest of the year.
And are we right to assume that Cognizant will again outperform that estimate by a wide margin like they have been doing in previous years?
Cognizant had a fantastic 2012. We reported 20% plus growth, which is industry-leading growth. And we are known for delivering industry-leading growth, and we'll deliver the same industry-leading growth in 2013 also. All the signs are positive. Everything looks good as we enter 2013, and I think we'll have a good year.
So this morning, Obama in his State of Union address, one of the things that he mentioned was an offshoring tax. Now, the noises on anti-outsourcing seem to have subsided, and this has again come up. So is this going to be a big challenge going forward?
Okay. All right. So the offshoring tax, see, the tax regimens of various countries keep varying. The business will have to adjust to it. If we talk to people, customers that we work with outside India who have businesses in India, they talk about the tax regimens and the changes, etc., about this country. So tax is something that is, while it's a minor irritant, it does not have such a significant impact on the growth or the margins of the industry. And that's something that the industry and companies like us have managed very well over the past, and that I'm sure will continue to do so.
So talking about the overall hiring scenario, everybody is expecting that IT companies will not be able to hire the same pace that they have in previous years. So what sort of impact is this likely to have on the supply side? Because, engineers, we still have so many engineers coming out every year. So what sort of impact will this have?
Yeah, the markets will have to adjust. If you look at the education market, there is an oversupply at this point in time. Oversupply because there are new institutions that have come up in the last 2-3 years or the last 4-5 years, which have started producing engineering graduates. There's an oversupply because the recruitment in the last 2 years, because of the global slowdown, has not been as high as it was in the earlier years. So all that has led to an oversupply, which will have to adjust over the next 2 to 3 years. So the way the market will adjust is the wages will probably remain the same, at least at the entry level. The wage increase at the middle levels, etc., will be kind of either the same level or subdued level, which is good for the industry. And the education industry will reduce the supply. The intake will lower. New license will be hard to come by. Some institutions will close down. So it's a market adjustment that will happen.
My last two questions, really, this one's more out of curiosity. We've seen the entire India Inc. making a beeline to Gujarat, but we haven't seen IT and companies going there in a big way. Any specific reason or driver because of which companies, IT has stayed away in a big way from Gujarat?
It's not deliberately stayed away. IT, when particularly companies like us, which are focused so much on export, we look at quality talent that's available, quality talent coming at reasonable prices. And today, the supply, as I mentioned, is good in the states that we operate in. There is no compelling reason for us to expand, because expanding into new geographies, new locations, adds so much to the management burden. That's something that we'd like to avoid. So it's clearly the capacity availability in the existing locations that drive where we expand, rather than newer locations or the attractiveness of newer locations.
Lastly, any expectations that you would have from the union budget this year? Everybody's, has their hopes very high up because they expect Chidambaram to really roll out a dream budget.
Yes, we certainly expect a good budget, good stable policies, not too many changes. We need that stability and consistency so that businesses can plan. Businesses cannot plan on a yearly basis. They have to plan on a 3 to 5 year basis. And if there is some kind of a stability and consistency that's guaranteed over a longer period of time, that's what we expect.